everybody, Weeb Rabbit here, and welcome to my, what should I call it, my Nintendo E3 2021 Bingo Recap, I guess is what I'll call it. If you guys watched my previous video, I had said that once the whole Nintendo E3 2021 event was over, I wanted to get back together with my boy Terrific, and I wanted to see which things on our bingo card that we predicted / wanted, what came true. So that's what this video is going to be. We're going to talk about what we got right, what we didn't get right, stuff that we liked from the conference, stuff that we were surprised about, etc. Maybe we'll throw in a little bit of the other guys, other conferences, and that'll basically be it. So, there you go. With me, as like I said, is my buddy Terrific. So say hello, Terrific.
Yo, what is going on, people? I'm here, as always.
Yeah, he's been locked in the basement. I did not let him leave until E3 was over. Now that E3's over, maybe he'll get to go back and see his wife. Maybe. We'll see. Oh, boy. All right, but getting started, though, as you guys can see, if I did it right, you guys should see the bingo card on screen right now as we're talking, in the video. And as you can see, there are quite a few red X's, and there are some blue circles. I want to explain real quick that red X's are going to be things that were predicted precisely, I would say 100% got right. And then blue circles are things that they're kind of half right. I think they're worth discussion because at least they were kind of touched upon. So yeah, as you guys can see, I didn't get a single bingo, but overall, got a few predictions right, which I thought was pretty cool. So the first one I want to talk about, as you guys can see, is that there was indeed a new Smash character revealed. I was 100% sure we would get one. Some people, for some reason, thought we were going to get two, which I thought was kind of weird. Why would they, go ahead and talk about both characters that are left when they have until the end of the year? That's when, the Game Pass is, done or whatever. So I thought for sure they'd talk about one. I was right. And, yeah, it's one of those things where now, looking at it in retrospect, it makes so much sense. But I never expected it to be a Tekken character, honestly. What about you, Terrific? When you heard it was a Tekken character you saw, did you go I don't know who that is, or that makes sense? What were your thoughts on it?
Man, I don't even know what the heck Tekken is.
Oh boy, you're one of those people. I mean, if you haven't played it, you don't at least recognize it a little bit, or?
Nope, not at all. Not a single bit.
All right, so Terrific's a bit of a scrub.
Yes, let's go with that.
All right, no, but yeah, I get it, but yeah, so if anybody doesn't know, Tekken, really popular fighting game series, been around since forever. The reason I say that it makes sense in hindsight is because, number one, it's a really popular fighting game series. So if Smash is all about preserving all of this video game history, if we already got Street Fighter and King of Fighters, etc., why wouldn't we have a Tekken character? That makes sense. And number two, the other reason it really makes sense is because Bandai Namco, or Namco Bandai, however their name is, I forget what order it is, they are helping to create Smash. If you look in the credits, they're one of the big developers of Smash, along with Sakurai. So it would make sense that up to now, the only representation they have is Pac-Man. So why wouldn't they want another one of their characters in the game? So that's why when I looked at it in hindsight, I'm oh my God, that makes so much sense. Popular fighting game character, representation from the company that's helping make the game. All right, that makes sense. As for the character itself, one of those characters I don't really know if I'll play. Not too much into the fighting game characters. There's characters I prefer more, but at least I thought that the character looks cool. I think the music sounds pretty good. And I thought that the trailer, the reveal trailer, I liked it. I thought it was pretty funny. I thought it was really cool just seeing him dump body after body after body. And then he drops Kirby and he's looking to see where Kirby is, and Kirby just flies past him. I thought that was cute. So that was totally terrific. Before we started, I asked him, if he had seen it. I gotta admit, when I saw Ganondorf's body being carried, I thought Nintendo was gonna open with Zelda. And so I thought they were for sure gonna open with Zelda. And when I saw that it was Kazuya or whatever, I'm oh, it's Smash reveal. So I thought that was a pretty good fake out. Like I said, I enjoyed the trailer. So
yeah.
Another thing that I got for sure 100% right is that I had said that, Shin Megami Tensei 5, one of those games along with Metroid and Bayonetta 3 that hasn't really shown up in a while. This is a game that got announced back when the Switch was first announced, and we hadn't really seen any of it. So the fact that we actually got a trailer, gameplay, like a gameplay reveal, and we got a release date, I would say that I hit that one 100% on the head. So glad that it showed up. And I'm excited for it. You know what I mean? As someone who likes to play like a lot of RPGs and like the Persona series, etc., I think the game looks awesome, and I'm just really excited for it. What about you, Terrific? Do you think you'll give it a shot? I mean, you do like RPGs.
I mean, I do like RPGs, and I guess I could try to check it out. See what all the hype see what all the hype for it is, and all that fun stuff. So I guess I could see myself playing it.
Yeah, I think you maybe would like the series, because I know you like stuff where it's more like, turn-based, that you can take your time, that sort of thing. And that's basically what this game is. Like, you're running around the overworld. Every time you run into like a demon or monster or whatever, you fight it, and you have like your party, and it's all about trying to use like, okay, if this guy is weak to let's say electricity. Okay, do I have an electric move? You use it and you get like a combo going. And then sometimes you can recruit the monsters to be on your team, that sort of thing. And you combine them together to make, bigger, stronger demons or whatever. So I can kind of see you maybe liking it. I think maybe if you tried it, maybe you'd like it. So, it's worth one of those things thinking about,
Yeah, like it's probably one of those things where I also never knew that like Fire Emblem existed either until like I think I was like in 10th grade or something, and one of my friends let me borrow his like Fire Emblem Awakening, I think. Fire Emblem Awakening. And I was like, man, I freaking love this series now. So
nice.
So yeah, I can see the same thing happening.
Yeah, and as someone who really likes Pokemon, I would describe the Shin Megami Tensei games as like a more mature, dark Pokemon, honestly. So
oh, okay, nice.
Yeah, so you might like it, So yeah, I'm excited for that. Really, really excited for that. I think it looks good. And for anyone wondering, that game is coming out November. Actually, I forget what it is. I want to say it's like November 25th of this year. I don't remember the exact date, but it is coming later this year, which is awesome. Moving on, the other one that I got exactly right is that I know there's only a handful of games from the Wii U that haven't been ported to the Switch, but I even said it myself in the prediction thing. There's only a handful of games, but I'm hoping that there's something that gets ported to the Switch. And sure enough, at some part in the direct, they mentioned that a game called Fatal Frame, Maiden of Blackwater, is indeed getting ported over. So I was excited about that. I'm like, yes, that's awesome. Can't believe I called it. And not only that, but Fatal Frame is a really cool series. For anyone who doesn't know, it's this cool series where you take pictures of ghosts, and there's like this whole mechanic of taking pictures of them and fighting against them and stuff. It's like a horror type game. And just the fact that we're getting that game, that's also been kind of, the series has been kind of quiet for a while. The fact that we're getting it on the Switch, I think that's awesome. And I'm hoping that that leads to many more games in the future. It's kind of one of those dormant series. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. And then what was the last one that I got correct? Oh, and the last one that I got correct that kind of ties into one of the blue circles is that I said I thought there was going to be some sort of new amiibo. I said, I don't know what game it is going to be, but there's going to be a game. They're going to announce an amiibo to go with it. And sure enough, when they talked about one of the Metroid games, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, right there on the screen, they announced that there was going to be an amiibo of Samus and the enemy from that game. So that's another one that I guessed correctly. So perfect. Yeah. So moving into, like I said, leading into the blue ones. If you see Metroid Prime 4 circled, the reason that I circled it is because I feel like I'm kind of right. Did they show footage of it or give us any new news? No. They said that basically they're still working on it, that there's not really anything to show at the moment, but they did bring it up. Something that counts, right? I guess.
Yeah, I think you can keep it circled, buddy. I think that definitely counts.
I think that counts. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't get anything new, but we got circled. I mean, we got circled. We got it got mentioned. So that's why I circled that. The other one that I circled away on the top of the corner, Zelda 35th Anniversary Collection. Is it the collection we wanted? No, but technically it is a Zelda collection. They announced that there's going to be a Game & Watch with the first game, the second game, the Game Boy version of Link's Awakening, and some sort of like a Game & Watch thing starring Link. So is that the collection we wanted? No, but it is a Zelda collection, so that's why I circled it. I mean, I think that counts, right?
Yeah. I mean, just like literally the one that, like you said, people weren't really expecting or wanting, but it's something to keep people happy, I suppose.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more in a moment. And then finally, the last one I circled, if you guys noticed, I put Breath of the Wild 2 official title drop. I circled it because did we get a title drop? No. But we did get to see some footage of it. We got to see they kind of talked about how the development's going, etc. They did talk about it in the conference. So even though we didn't get a title drop, which I'm still pretty, kind of upset about, we did get some new footage and information. So that's why I circled that one as well, because at least it was mentioned. Like at least it came up. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, guys. That is my bingo card. As you can see, that's the stuff that I think, was brought up. And with that, I kind of want to lead into what we thought of the overall direct, stuff that we liked, stuff that we were surprised about, disappointed by, etc. So, I've been talking for a bit. So, Terrific, you open it up. What's something that you were surprised of or disappointed by, etc.?
All right. Well, as you mentioned before, I'm a Pokemon dude. And so I find it pretty disappointing that we didn't get at least a tiny bit of information regarding the two latest Pokemon games that they have given us titles for, gave us, release dates for. So a lot of people are probably thinking, okay, maybe we'll see a little bit more trailers for at least one of them. I thought it would maybe be a stretch for both, but I kind of thought that at least one of them would be discussed, and neither one of them were. So that kind of made me sad. So I guess they're just gonna like put everything into the Nintendo Direct whenever they do that. Then.
Yeah, that's another one that really surprised me because something that's coming out like in a couple of weeks, like the Mario Golf, they took some time to talk about it again, even though I think we're kind of like sold on it at this point. But yeah, Pokemon, you'd think they would have at least given us more details about Diamond and Pearl remake. They could have given us more details about, okay, this time around, this is a feature that's going to be added, or there's a feature that's going, not going to be present, something, right? They could have given us more. Or once again, Pokemon Legends Arceus, you think they would have shown us more gameplay of it since we haven't seen almost anything. And yeah, it's just so weird they didn't touch upon it at all. Like right now would have been a good moment to I don't know. Like you said, I guess maybe they're saving it for a direct. Maybe there'll be a direct like in like September or like October or something before the game comes out. Maybe I guess that's what they're waiting for. But yeah, I gotta admit, I was really surprised. This felt like it would have been a good moment, right?
Yeah, because I mean, we're what like? Because when did the trailers drop for them? It was like what, about a month or so ago now?
Something like
almost
that, right?
2. Like
I actually don't remember, but yeah.
So yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like I get it. Like I'm pretty sure that whenever they do a direct and they talk about the games, they're gonna go like I'm sure that we'll get like a plethora of information. But I just feel like a lot of people were expecting it now.
Yeah, exactly. So I thought that was a weird one.
Yeah.
If I can take a turn, one of the things that I was really disappointed by, like I don't mind so much not getting the new Kirby. That's fine. Maybe that'll come next year. Same thing with the Donkey Kong title. That one was mostly a rumor. I don't really mind that one too much. More Splatoon 3 details. That's fine. We already know it's coming. The one that kind of upset me, well, quite a bit. I can't believe there wasn't an announcement or anything for new Animal Crossing content.
Yeah.
As someone who loves the series, and I do like this game, I think it starts off really strongly. I am so disappointed that the year went by, they added basically nothing, and this would have been once again E3 would have been like a great opportunity to like give more information. Like I said, maybe some Zelda content to Animal Crossing, maybe some of those features that are missing from the previous game, etc. And no, Animal Crossing got nothing, which I just find so weird, and I'm just really disappointed. I want more stuff to get added to that game. Like the fact that at first it was kind of fun how like every month or so, oh, there's a new holiday coming, etc. I thought that was kind of cool how they kind of kept it going, kept you like, it kind of gave you a reason to like jump back into the game. And now a year out, nothing else, just deal with what we have now, and that's it, which is like really lame.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was very, very weird. Like even like even if they weren't gonna do like, new animals or, like new anything or new what townspeople or whatever, like I don't know, like some new events or something. But yeah, because like you said, I mean, people are probably running out of stuff now. Like, because didn't I think what March was it March when like officially like you could have got like everything in the game at that point, like
Yeah,
season
because that
wise
would have
and
been
all
like the
that.
year anniversary if you played it
Yeah,
legit the whole time. That's
yeah.
probably where, yeah, you would have like, you could theoretically have done everything, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, while don't get me wrong, like a year to officially like 100% a game, that's not bad. But like I'm like you said, I'm just surprised that nothing new came for it.
Yeah, especially because like if you look at previous games, there's so much stuff they can add. They could
Hmm.
add, the little cafe back. They could add, I don't know. There was like one of the games had like a fountain where there was like this like fairy that came out. There was a guy in another game that he would like give out balloons and badges like for stuff you accomplished. The one for the Wii had like a whole city section you could go to. They could like legit
Hmm.
add that where you like go to like a city like in a neighboring island or something. Like there's so much stuff they could add, and they're adding nothing. It's ridiculous. It's like they ran out of ideas.
Yeah.
Which is like there's so many ideas out there.
Hmm. Well, I mean, you forget, bro. Nintendo doesn't like add back features that people like. They just remove more of
Oh, I know, man. It's just
them.
ridiculous. Oh, speaking of which, jumping over to another thing that I was disappointed with. This is a big one. I can't believe, as I touched upon earlier, and it hurt me so much when they were showing the Game and Watch. And his exact words were, "Yeah, we have no other like projects or games that we're thinking about for the Switch to celebrate the anniversary."
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's the collection nobody wanted. Don't get me wrong. It's probably kind of fun. Ooh, a little Game and Watch with the original games. That's fun, right? It's a little retro thing. But everyone wants like an actual Twilight Princess or Wind Waker, etc. They want those types of games on the Switch, and they're like, no, we're not doing anything else for the anniversary. All you get for the anniversary is a port of Skyward Sword, a Game and Watch, and that's it. Because technically, Breath of the Wild isn't even coming out for the anniversary. It's coming out maybe next year. So for
Hmm.
anniversary, you literally get one port of a game and a little like toy. And compared it to all the stuff Mario got like a bunch of like Legos and freaking they opened up the park in Japan and he got like the game collection and like so much stuff by comparison.
Hmm.
So that was upsetting. I don't know about you. Did that get you upset or what did you think of that?
I mean, I guess it's just like you said, where it's just one of those things, man, that like it really just doesn't make any sense why they're not choosing to focus on Zelda for its, big 35 or anything like that, especially considering like what they did with Mario. And I get it, like Mario is like one of Nintendo's, biggest projects and all that, but I mean, so is Zelda.
Yeah,
Like I
Zelda's
feel like
probably
it can
like
get
number
some love.
two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I definitely don't understand why they just decided, like, yeah, we're not gonna do anything. We don't think people will want it, so let's just not do anything for it.
Like, the
So
only thing I can kind of think about is that some people say, okay, they don't want to take sales away from Skyward Sword. Maybe in the fall they'll, release some more stuff. But I don't know. The way that he worded it just still seems really weird. I'm afraid that's all we're gonna get, which sucks.
yeah, because I mean because I get that they want to make their sales from Skyward Sword, but I'm not really certain how them doing more would like affect that. Like, especially since you mentioned that like Mario got like Legos and like the whole park opened up. So, I mean, if they did something like that, they wouldn't really take away from sales. So I think it's like they said, they just didn't like for some reason they just didn't feel the need to do anything more for it.
Yeah, so that sucked.
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, moving on to positive at least. And that's stuff that disappointed me. Moving on to positive, I don't know why I'm so excited for this. I really, really love the Mario Party game they announced. I don't know about you. I don't know if you're a big Mario Party guy. I love Mario Party, and I think it is awesome that for a while now I've been saying, okay, if they're not going to give us like a good new Mario Party, because the one for the Switch was okay, but I just felt like it was very small. It's not really what I was looking for. So
Hmm.
what I've been thinking is if they're not going to give us another good Mario Party, then give us like a collection of old stuff updated, is what I've been thinking. And that's
Yeah.
exactly what they gave us. It's going to be 5 maps from the N64 era, a bunch of mini games, I think like over 100 of them, all with updated graphics and everything you can play online with like friends or strangers. So I think that is perfect. I think that's what I've been wanting since forever. So I'm really excited for that. I'm really, really looking forward to that.
Mm-hmm.
What about you? You a big Mario Party guy? You're just like about it?
Yeah, no, I'm not really a Mario Party fan. Like I don't know. I think it's probably just because I never got into those like games that you like play with other people just because I didn't have anybody to play games with as a kid.
Oh,
So
but you can play them single player. You can play against the computers. That's always
well,
kind of fun.
yeah, but I don't know. It just never really like hit to me though, if that makes sense.
Well, I was gonna give it to you for your birthday, but I guess I know what not to get you now. I was gonna be like, I was gonna get it for your birthday so we could play online together, but I guess never mind then.
Oh man. Listen, you haven't got me anything for my birthday for like 4 years now, so I really doubt that.
Well, that's why this year was gonna change finally, but no. What do you think I was waiting for? I was waiting for a new Mario Party to come out.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like specifically. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it. I think it sounds fun. And I don't know. I mean, I'm one of those people that whether I played it with friends or just by myself, I've just always liked the games, even the single player mode and stuff. So I'm excited, you know.
Yeah.
So let's see. I'm really excited for the new Mario Party. I'm really excited for Metroid. I think it's really cool that we're getting 2 Metroid games coming up soon. Like the fact that Metroid Prime 4 isn't ready yet, but they're like, here, have like this 2D one. I think that's awesome. I think it's really nice to see Metroid get some attention finally. I don't know about you. You've been on Metroid. What do you think?
Metroid. I'll be honest, haven't played a game of Metroid, but I do know that it's one of those things that where it's like a classic that everyone loves. So like having a new game for it like would definitely help, like, you know, either keep interest of people, like spark new interest for people like me who haven't played it, you know?
Yeah, because I mean, we're getting that new 2D one, the Metroid Prime 4, you know, it's on the way. A lot of people think that trilogy that hasn't come out, they're thinking that maybe it will come out when the other one's closer to coming out, you know, kind of as an introduction to the new one. So like I said, it looks like at least, you know, there's some revival of the series, hopefully some new fans and stuff, especially with like how big Switch is. So we'll see how that goes. I'm excited for that. And then the last thing that I was really excited for, apart from Mario Party, which I really got hyped for, Metroid, which I thought was really fun. Another thing that I was really, and Shin Megami Tensei, which I already mentioned. I'm really excited for that. The other thing that I got really excited for is, I know the trailer was really short, but I'm one of those people that went frame by frame and started looking at everything. I'm really excited for the sequel to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, like the moment I saw the trailer, I just started speculating, like, okay, you know, what does this mean? What does that mean? Oh, look, the arm is attached to him. And like, oh, look, he has like a different like set of clothes here. And oh, look, he's from the sky. And the way he's diving reminds me of Skyward Sword. Are they going to tie that in somehow? And people have been speculating, you know, like, will it maybe have time travel? So maybe like when you see him like skydiving, maybe that's like I don't know, like time travel or something. That's why he has it. He looks like he has old-fashioned clothes. Some people have even speculated that like it kind of sucks. I mean, I hope people are right. There's a part in the beginning of the trailer where Zelda falls like into a chasm. People are like, I really hope that doesn't mean that she's like lost for the whole game. That would be super lame.
Yeah.
People are like, if you notice in the trailer, they never show Link's face or like whoever you're playing as. You never see their face. People are like, I really hope that they did that intentionally because maybe you play as Zelda for some of it. Because if she just falls in the chasm and you never see her until the end of the game, that would be super lame. That would suck.
Oh man. Well, I mean, you know, it would be fitting the tradition of Zelda having like a semi-minor role in the games.
Yeah,
than,
but
like,
the
a
whole
couple
point.
appearances.
But the whole point is they themselves are the ones who are like, oh, we're trying to reinvent the series and blah 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 blah. Like, give us a Zelda that actually does something. You know what I mean? Like, especially this. Huh?
No, I'll let you finish what you say.
Oh, I was gonna say, yeah, like, give us a Zelda that actually does something. You know, especially because we've seen her. In Age of Calamity, you know, she kind of takes part in a lot of the fighting and stuff, and it looks like, you know, she is capable of a lot of cool magic and other stuff, you know, like let her do something. I don't know. It just sucks.
Yeah.
Like there's games where obviously it wouldn't fit for her to be in it. Like Twilight Princess, it's a very big Link and Midna's story, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
So there's games where it wouldn't really make sense for her to come out, but like here, why not? She and Link are like the only ones from the old world, basically. Like they're out there, they should be doing stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, I was just gonna make a joke and say that they did reinvent it. They made it open world, so they people got what they wanted. They wanted a breath of fresh air for the Zelda series, and they got it.
Oh god, that's it. Like technically the first one was also like really open world, but just like scale back.
No, it doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Doesn't count.
Oh boy. But yeah, I'm excited for it. I think the new powers he has looks really cool. Like he has like a crazy fire arm, flamethrower. He has like that ability where he like morphs through the ground, which is really interesting.
Yeah, no, that did look cool to me. Yeah, no, the new powers. I want to see what they do with that because, like you were mentioning, with the fire and then the like almost like diving into like the rock and all that and coming out from it. And even with it looks like they might have expanded upon like one of the old powers from the first one, where he was able to like, how I don't even remember what it's called anymore. But like you can like pause something.
Yeah, did you notice that it looks like this time it's like he's reversing time on it or something?
Yes, I saw that.
Which also, since I was analyzing the trailer like clip by clip, near the end, there's like chanting being done backwards.
Ooh.
So I just don't know what the new game's gonna lead to. All I know is that it looked really cool. It looks like it's gonna be fun to play with all the different moves from what we saw. And if they added that verticality to it, I mean, that's kind of what people are saying. We don't want the same map. So if they add verticality to it, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like what I think would be perfect is if, let's say, how the other game didn't really have dungeons. It would be awesome if the way they added dungeons is like, okay, you use the regular ground level to like do stuff to unlock the dungeons. Then you go to the sky where the dungeons are actually at, beat them. Then you return to the ground and you have to like find clues for how to open up another dungeon in the sky. I think that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that basically pretty much sums up Nintendo E3. I thought it was really fun, really enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to a lot of stuff. When it comes to other directs, I guess we'll just go into them really quick. There wasn't that much to talk about, honestly. Ubisoft, I think the biggest thing that came from them that I enjoyed was the sequel to Mario and Rabbids. I thought that was pretty interesting. When it comes to Xbox and Bethesda, there's definitely a lot of stuff that I'm not like a huge fan of. Like I'm not like a super huge Halo fan or that sort of thing. But they definitely like talked about a lot of games that I'm like, hey, I have Game Pass. When those are on Game Pass day one, I might check them out. I think that's a good deal. You know what I mean? When it comes to Square Enix, I thought most of it was pretty lame. They just talked about a lot of Marvel stuff no one really cares about. However, I do think that like Final Fantasy, like what was it called? I forget what it's called. But like that new Final Fantasy game that looks like it's really Americanized. I just think it looks so weird that I kind of want to play because it's just like really interesting. Like it looks like it's a totally different direction, which is like, hey, why not? I like when they play with stuff like that. I thought that was pretty cool. And besides that, I think that was basically it. Oh, and Capcom. Capcom was just so boring. Monster Hunter, I don't really care for. Ace Attorney, not too much of a fan of. Esports stuff, I don't really care for. And Resident Evil Village, I feel like they really could have like wowed people with talking about DLC or ideas for the future. And all they said was like, yeah, they're like DLC's coming. It's like, oh, thanks. I guess that's it. That's all we get. So, so there you go. I mean, I thought the second best conference was probably Xbox's, like I said, because there's stuff that I might like check out, on the Game Pass. But yeah, I definitely thought that Nintendo's was the best conference. So,
and that's what I heard from someone else too, who I know. He also kind of mentioned that like Nintendo kind of stole the spotlight for it. And I was like, oh wow.
Yeah, because the other conferences weren't that good. Like Ubisoft, I feel like they're just so samey these days. Here's another Rainbow Six. Here's this other thing that looks a lot like, oh, here's another Far Cry, which they're all like really similar. And then, with like Capcom, they really could have wowed people, but to be fair, they did say, here's the 4 things we're gonna talk about. and they talked about those 4 things. So if you went in with like bigger expectations, that's your fault, honestly.
Yeah.
And then freaking Square Enix, I don't know. I guess they just don't really have stuff ready. So all they talked about was mostly like their Marvel stuff, which wasn't that great. So,
Oh man.
All right, but there you have it, guys. That, I think, brings us to the end of our little recap event. Like I said, I thought it was really fun. I'm really excited for a lot of stuff coming from Nintendo. In the comments below, let us know what stuff you are excited for, stuff that you're looking forward to, or just your overall thoughts on the different conferences. I think that, I would enjoy reading that. Thank you to Triff for joining me. I know that, you've been busy, but you did take the time out to, have this little, what would we call it? It's not really like a podcast. It's just like a little discussion, I guess. So thanks for being here for the little discussion.
Yeah, man, no worries. I'm always glad to be here with you.
All right, awesome. And yeah, there you go, guys. If you like what you saw, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll catch you guys next time. Like I said, I want to keep doing these little like news updates / events and stuff. So look forward to a future one. And with that being said, this has been Weeb Rabbit and Terrific. Bye-bye.
Bye.